Hi everyone, it's Monica, and welcome back to Tailor-Made Cards for You. Well, it's week 4 of my Christmas in July series, and today I'm going to be creating a postage stamp featuring the one and only Santa Claus. Now, I have to say that so far this is my favorite project. I really love this stamp set, and it's a stamp set that I got from Tim Holtz last year, and it is my favorite. I really love this Jolly Santa, and it goes well with so many of my cards. I also am going to be using my die cut that I have, which is the Postal die cut, and it is perfect for this project. Now, when we think about Christmas and Christmas cards, all of us tend to buy Christmas stamps. And this card that I'm creating is in honor of the Christmas stamp. So I thought it would be fun to create a Christmas stamp and turn it into a Christmas card featuring Santa Claus. Now, this is such an easy design, I thought I would create 4 cards. So to begin, I found some decorative Christmas paper and I cut out 4 pieces using the stacked postage die cut. Then I pulled out my stamp set that I got a few years ago, and this stamp set is from TJ Designs. It is probably one of my favorite stamp sets. Now, I know you're probably shocked because it's not a Tim Holtz stamp set, but this stamp set has some great greetings. And it is perfect for a lot of my passport cards. So I've used this every Christmas when I'm creating Christmas cards. It's one that I probably will never get rid of because I love it so much. When I go to list my products at the end of the video, I will try to find this for you. But I haven't seen it out in the market, so it might be one I just share with you, and I'm not able to actually show you where you can get one yourself. So after I had stamped my Dear Santa Claus sentiment on the top of my cardstock, I got out my Santa Claus, which is from the Tim Holtz collection, and I stamped it using my black ink. Now, the ink that I'm using is my go-to ink, and you've seen me use this time and time again. This, of course, is my jet black archival ink, and it is the ink that I stand by. It is great not only for stamping my images, but also for my Copic coloring as well. So after I had a real nice crisp image stamped, I did get out some of my embossing powder and I poured it over my Santa Claus. Now remember, I'm making 4 cards here, but only 3 of the cards actually have the stamped Santa. The 4th cardstock, or the piece that I cut out using my cardstock, had this big 25, and it was already a perfect focal point for my 4th card, so I didn't feel the need to stamp my Santa Claus. So now that I've had my focal points, it was time to add my 15-cent piece. Now this 15-cent piece is from my stamp set called Etcetera, and this is probably one of my favorite stamp sets. It is so versatile, and I've used this so many times in some of my other videos. I would highly recommend you getting this stamp set, and again, only because I've had so much use out of it. It's so versatile. You can use it for backgrounds, you can use it for accents, and there's just so much you can do with this stamp set. And the nice thing about it is it isn't even one of the newer stamp sets, so you could probably even find it on sale. It's not going to cost you full price like it cost me when I first got it, because it is a stamp set that's been out for a while. But again, it's a great stamp set, and I've gotten so much use out of it. So after I had my 15-cent piece stamped on all 3 of my cardstocks, it was time to color in my Santa. So I'm going to go ahead and speed up the video and add some music while I do my coloring, and then I'll be back at the end of the video to finish off the card. Now, my first thought was to use a Christmas flashcard for my sentiment, but as I go through the video, you'll see that I didn't end up using that after all. So after I had finished coloring my Santa Claus, I went ahead and I found some designer paper to mat my Santa onto. And at this point, once you mat it onto some cardstock, you can easily finish off your card. But I decided to go a different direction. Putting together the card at this point was pretty simple. It was just a matter of matting it onto some designer paper and then, of course, putting it onto your white cardstock. But I also wanted to show you that there are so many projects you can create using this design. Not only can you create Christmas cards, you can create little tags as well. Now, I decided to create a larger tag to use as a designer piece. But again, you can use a smaller tag for presents or even to add to little gift bags. So after I matted my Santa onto the cardstock, I did take my distressing tool and I edged up the edge of the designer paper. And then I got my black soot distress crayon and I colored up the edges and then I smeared it with my finger just to give it a little bit more of a grungy look. Now, before adhering my Santa onto my tag, I did want to add a little bit of more color to my tag, and I did this by using some of my washi tape. Now, the washi tape that I'm using is from last year's collection, and it is part of the Tim Holtz collection from his Christmas washi tape, but you can use any type of washi tape. I did choose to go with a thicker piece because I wanted to have it stand out a little bit more, and then I edged the sides of my tag with a thinner piece of some of the washi tape that I had. So once I finished with the washi tape, it was time to add my Santa to the middle of my tag. And to do this, I did use some foam tape. I wanted my Santa to stand up just a bit, and the foam tape gave it just enough lift. So with my Santa in place, it was time to add some final touches. I did want to make sure that I added a little sentiment or some sort of sentiment that would stand out a bit. And as I indicated before, I did think that I was going to use those flashcards, but it didn't really work out with the design. So I ended up going with these metallic sentiments. And again, these are from last year's Tim Holtz collection. And then I also added some of the Christmas chipboard for my sentiments. Now, of course, for this Christmas in July series, I am using a lot of my product from last year. But if you are a big Tim Holtz fan, you probably saw that he recently did a video showcasing some of the holiday releases that he's going to be having coming out for this holiday season. Now, not only did he showcase some of the Halloween items that he's going to be releasing, but he also did share some Christmas ones. So remember, I always do a 7 Days of Halloween series, and I'm going to do it again this year, featuring some of his newer products. So I'm really excited to get my hands on some of that new product. And then, of course, I will do a Christmas season series as well. So even though I'm using a lot of the older products, I wanted to assure you that I will be using some of the newer holiday products as soon as they're released. Okay, so as a final touch, I did add 3 letters to my tag using the label letters from the Ideaology collection, of course, from Tim Holtz. And the letters that I'm using are USA. If you look at any postal stamp, it has USA on top of it. So, of course, I had to add it to my postage stamp as well. Now, of course, this is a tag, so I had to add a hole on the very top for my ribbon or for some of my twine. And I am using my hole punch from the We Are Memories Keeper product line. And then I'm adding a few pieces of ephemera also as some final touches. Now, at this point, I could pretty much call my tag complete, but I did want to add one more element to my postage stamp. I have a great holiday stamp that when stamped over some cardstock, it looks like it is a canceled postage stamp. And I've used this stamp on a lot of my passport cards as well. So I wanted to go ahead and use this stamp just to look like it was a canceled stamp. And that pretty much finished off my tag. So as always, I will leave a list of all the products that I've used to create this cute little tag along with the links to the stores. If you've enjoyed the video, I would sure appreciate a thumbs up. And don't forget to leave me a comment. I am going to be doing a giveaway, and I have picked up the items that I'm going to be giving away. And I've decided to put together 3 Christmas care packets just to get you started on your holiday crafting. So don't forget, leave a comment on this video And at the end of the series, I am going to do a drawing picking names from 3 of the videos. Now, I'm not going to tell you what video I'm going to be picking from, so you're going to want to make sure you leave a comment on every single video. Now, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, don't forget you have to be a subscriber as well. So don't forget to hit that subscribe button before you head out. And as always, I really appreciate you supporting my channel. I hope that you've enjoyed the series so far. And I have one more video that I will be coming out with next week. And then that will complete my Christmas in July series. All right, everybody, thanks so much for stopping by. And we'll see you again next time.